Playing this weekend.
They said Jim hadn't turned up.
Jim's not. He's coming shortly. What are you doing here?
They said go out and give you a hand.
This is not supposed to happen. Not yet. Not yet.
Sorry,
Sam Newman along shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Not just at the moment. Barry Hall to tell us where his future lies and whether or not this might be his last year. We'll ask the hard questions. Big game last weekend up on the Gold Coast at Metricon Stadium. Bit of byplay between two characters of the AFL. One of the great sledgers, Campbell Brown and Stevie Johnson. We speak to one of them to get the inside story. We'll tell you that. That is a beauty. And that man that just came out, he has demanded that he trials a new segment tonight. His very own segment. He had a little idea from last week and he's got it up, so stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss it. And he's done a street talk that has stopped Melbourne in its tracks. So all of that to come along. Why am I here on my own? James Brayshaw, of course, last weekend, the president of the North Melbourne Footy Club, said if his side does not beat the Sydney Swans, he will come out and dance solo, Yo-Gabba style. So, ladies and gentlemen, the president of the North Melbourne Football Club.
Garry!
He's the president of an AFL club, ladies and gentlemen.
Garry!
What? What?
Take my head off.
Whoa.
I haven't got any hands.
Sorry, mate. James Brayshaw, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. He did make a big statement last week. He said the Kangas had beat the Sydney Swans. They nearly got there, and that is why you are like this.
Garry.
Yeah.
I'm only warming the suit up. I've only given it just a little entree into what it's going to see tonight.
I think that might be the end of it.
When we get to 200,000 Facebook entries, Garry, you are doing the full Yo-Gabba spiel. The lot. And at the moment, we're at about 160,000,
right,
so we need 40,000 more.
Well short, it won't happen,
No,
but
we'll get there.
We've got a very, very big show for you tonight. Let's get it started. Yes, got a very big show, a lot of news coming. You don't want to miss it, but let me welcome for the very second time tonight the 300-game superstar from the Geelong Footy Club, John Sammy Newman.
Apologise, Gary. I thought...
A bit early. You came out a bit early.
Well, they said he hadn't turned up and I was going to just give you a hand, but I'm sorry.
I appreciate
very
that.
excited tonight for a couple of reasons.
Yeah.
Some new developments on the kicking academy that I'm setting up.
Oh, yes.
We've put a new name up before the licensing board. They weren't happy with Fossil Unravels the Clues to Kicking.
Yes.
So we've got a new name now.
What is it?
Another acronym, Gary, but not quite as savage as that one. And
what is it?
What?
What is it?
No, this is to be
you're gonna
revealed.
reveal it.
And a launch of a new product to complement it.
Yes.
To go with it.
You've gone in the marketing spiel.
Yes, we have, Gary, a new product. And also, should we get to 200,000, Jim?
We will get there.
You want to see this, Gaza? Come on, guys!
Look at him. Look at that setup. He's body painted as Yo-Gabba, Garry.
Don't you start, Jim.
Want to see you dance, guys?
All right, mate, shut up.
Should we get to two? We're not quite there, Gary.
40,000 short.
Shut up, Gary. Should we get there? And you did indicate that you would do the dance. You did indicate...
200,000
You
people.
indicated if we got to 200,000, you would do it, and you also indicated how many times you'd do the dance from last week.
Take it off, Stu.
You said, no, it's humorous, isn't it?
Oh.
You said you'd do it. You said you'd do it the once, and should we get to 200,000, you'll be doing it.
Well, and Garry, if you're in any doubt as to what you will be doing, and
have
you
a
will
look
be
at
doing
you,
it,
Jim.
then this is what Garry will be doing later in the show. There you go. The full arm waving. We want to see the turnaround, Gaz.
yummy.
Look at this.
I love the party in my
that'll be
tummy.
a long way to go before
No, we
get to that
haven't got
stage.
there, Gary. And if we don't, we will be honourable. We won't make you do it. But if we do, I tell you what, if we do to get to 200,000, you'll do it properly. You won't pay lip service to it. You'll do it for a decent minute and a half.
You will.
You won't just do it and then sit down. You'll do it. Right. That's if we get to 200,000.
Well, let's see how we're tracking now, Foss, because the Facebook tally sits at 154,500, Gary.
155,557, guys. We've got a fair way to go. We're confident.
Way to go.
So if you're next to your computer, fire it up, get off your butt, get to the computer and... Do you vote in, or how do you do it?
I don't know how you do it, but I wouldn't be hanging around for that. I'd be hanging around for the big story, though, about this challenge that's looming for one of the longest-serving presidents in the AFL. That's...
Coverage, but we know that you keep a very close eye.
I've warmed to Friday Night Footy on 7, doing a wonderful job. No, I have an early tea at 5:30.
Oh no!
Have a small nap. I set the alarm for 7:30. And I bounce out of bed, pull up an easy chair, maybe a warm Horlicks.
Horlicks.
Let the gerbil out of the cage. And then I tell you. Shit, does Bruce, I watched last week, does Bruce ask some questions during a game? He asks more questions than Ed's hot seat. This is Bruce during the football.
Taking a few marks in the defensive 50, the Blues, aren't they? It's a good mark by Jamison, wasn't it? Made a substitution already, have they? Warnock's had a really nervy night, hasn't he? They're going to have to change that, aren't they? Carlton aren't purring, though, are they? The challenging Judd this year, isn't he? Certainly get to where the ball is, won't he? So Melbourne having to go really wide, aren't they? So the D's just hanging on, aren't they? He can do that, Newton, can't he? At an interesting stage in his career, Watts, isn't he? It's a lazy kick, isn't it? Didn't he? Isn't it? And don't you? And haven't they? Wasn't it? Baby. You know what I mean, don't you? Delicious.
A lot of questions there, and these are the answers. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Fiddlesticks, poppycock. Yes, indeedy do. Yes, indeedy don't. OMG, of course I'll be your new BF. Big bustling Barry, and who wouldn't want to bustle Barry? No, I'm not going to say the word delicious. Yes, I am. Delicious. Some girls will. Some girls will. Some girls won't. Okay. Some girls need a lot of loving. Some girls don't. How good is the sound of my own voice? It's very good. Jason Ackermanis and a house brick. And is it time for a booty call? You betcha.
Now, this segment needs to end, Gary, because it's ferociously hot in here and I haven't got any hands. But before we do, Sam, where are we at Facebook tally style?
Yes, I believe we're...
Hello.
No.
Look at that.
That's the lucky Chinese 888 there. Just urge people to rush to the computer, turn it on, and whatever you do to get on, I don't know, but punch some numbers in.
We're going to take a break on the Footy Show. All of the latest news and Sam's mailbag still to come.
Delicious.
Oh, I don't.
This is Foss's news segment
Not
called...
my news segment.
Yes, it is.
Pardon My Puzzle.
Yes.
Was it after 10 o'clock or something? I posed the cryptic clue about who this was last week.
Oh, come on.
Well, no, that was Dick Clay because that's the cryptic, and we're going to just run a couple of by the boys.
All right.
Now,
You got an easel there,
think.
Foss?
What?
You got an easel there, Foss, so you get to work with?
I hope your eyes haven't gone on your jibby. That's
No,
an
I'm just
easel.
pointing it out.
Now you've got to work out these are the cryptic. This is who do you think that's the name of a footballer? I'll just tell you.
Oh, hang on, come on.
We can't have cheating from the crowd.
A current day North Melbourne player.
Baz, you can have this one.
Have a crack at it, Baz.
Well, Drew is a fair start, isn't it?
Yeah, Drew's his first name.
I don't get the Petrie bit though. What's going
History.
on?
Petrie. Drew Petrie.
A very good segment so far.
Off to a nice start,
Nice start. Don't yell out until they get stuck.
Right.
Last one, is it?
Who's this one? Look, the pegs are too far apart for the easel. Oh, no, they're not. Now, who's
Gotta
that?
go a bit wider on that one.
Yeah, we need to come back a
Gotta
bit.
come back a bit on
I'll
this one.
take
There you
Drew
go.
away from the back there so it doesn't confuse
Right, now think
you.
laterally on this one, boys.
Need a
Right.
clue.
St Kilda great. He kicked
Hang
5
on,
goals in the 1966 grand final.
Cowboy Neil.
Cowboy Neil. He's Neil.
Crosser. Don't give the clues away until they get stuck.
Oh, sorry, Gary.
Righto.
I beg your pardon. I didn't realise you were running it, asking the questions and adjudicating. All right, you're on your own.
Righto, work that out.
Billy Brownless?
Because he talks shit.
Tell me when I...
Very nicely done, Dad.
Tell me when I give the clue,
All right,
Gary.
work it through. You got the last name, surely.
Oh, Jay Schultz.
Who?
What's his name? Jay Schultz?
Well, who's that?
Colonel Clink?
You imbecile. Who is that? Schultz.
Schultz,
Yeah, sure.
Who's this?
Dunny. Toilets.
Well, who...
Potty.
He was a Brownlow medalist for...
John.
That's
John.
a John. John Schultz.
Works very nicely.
Never heard of him.
Good one.
This is
going
he was a
well.
great.
Who we got here?
Who we got here?
Work it out.
Stevie Baker.
No.
Who?
Stevie Baker.
Stevie Baker.
Well, he's cooking something.
Who's the first bloke?
Yeah, well, that is actually him.
Come on, Nicky Dale. You're the one over there that's got this one, I reckon. Who is it?
Who's the first bloke?
Essendon
That
Premiership
is actually him.
I've no idea who that
You
is.
no idea who that is?
Former Essendon
Looks like
player.
Leon Davis from here.
Yeah.
Dual Premier... Who?
Yes, well, that's the first
Leon?
name. Yeah, what's the second one?
Baker.
Yes!
Two to go, guys.
Oh, hello.
Two to go. Now, this'll two to go. You'll love this. Two to go.
Whoa. Anyone in the audience can help with the first name? Scott. We'll give you the
Scott.
first name.
Scott Van... Scott Camperali.
Yes, Nicky
Scott
Dale.
Camper. And that's a rally.
Oh, nice one, Foss. It's a good segment.
Righto, this is it.
Last one.
That was
Last
the
one.
penultimate. This is the final one.
Right.
This is the final one. Think cryptically.
No clues.
No clues.
Adam Sandilands.
No.
A very good guess, stupid, but
Thank
it's
you.
not right. Now, what do they do down there? They go down...
Bob.
Bob.
Yeah?
Yes.
It's your uncle.
Now, who do you think... Bob's your... What do you
Dick.
think that man is?
Bob Dick.
Bob Dick? Bob Dickhead?
Bob.
What do you think?
Bob Hatfield.
He
Bob
kicked...
Judge.
He kicked...
Bob Judge.
Bob.
He
little
kicked
clue, Foss.
150 goals for South Melbourne.
Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown?
Bob Pratt.
Bob
He's a
Pratt.
crap.
There we are. Tell you what.
Pratt. You get it? Bob Pratt.
That has been, pardon my puzzle, and I think that'll be back next week. So successful was it, Foss?
That's got prime time show on its own written all over it.
Help us out, send your own ones in and we'll try and give them a run if it gets another...
Yeah,
look in
don't
next-
send the silly John Cock ones in and
No,
all that.
we
Just
don't.
a little bit subtle, because how subtle's that?
Very nice work. That's
Where's
pardon
my
my
chair
puzzle,
gone?
and that's the Foss's new segment, and it'll be
Foss.
back next week. The next game we're going to look at North Melbourne taking on Adelaide.
What to do is just check in on the Facebook tally.
Oh,
It needs to
come
get
on.
to 200,000 for Gary to do the full Yo-Gabba. Look at that, Gary! Every time it goes up by 10,000.
Gary, we're being absolutely fair. If we don't get there, we won't ask you to do it. But if
No,
we
I'll-
do, you will
I'll be
do it
having a
properly.
look. I'll have a look at the tally on the actual Facebook too.
Yeah, and you'll see
Oh, good on
200,000.
you. Well, what are you... Good on you. If the figures...
All right, get on with it.
Oh, sorry.
Well, we are going to get on with it. We're going to take a break, but before we do, thank you very much to Crazy Johns and Nissan, great friends of ours on the